Please, why would I be avoiding you? I cannot even begin to talk about what exactly it is about social interactions that is problematic for me. I think it's everything that has to do with social interactions. Possibly the longest running hope I've ever had is that one day I'm going to grow up to a certain extent, and all of a sudden I'll realize that I now finally get social interactions. It's like everybody else has that software already programmed into them, already pre-installed, already functioning. They already know, like, it's already there. Like, I thought everybody also struggled with it until they got to a certain point and then they understood it. So I was thinking maybe if I grew up to a certain age, to a certain extent, if I interacted with enough people, if I made enough corrections, if I made enough adjustments, if I made enough allowances, then at some point I would finally get it. Like something would click in my head. But then I got to a certain point and I realized that other people don't actually struggle with social interactions the way I do, which means that I don't have that software programmed, I don't have the software pre installed, and I've been trying to manually enter the code, I've been trying to manually do the functioning, and I keep making mistakes and I keep making adjustments, and it causes me a lot of distress. It causes me a lot of distress. I think the one thing that causes me the most amount of frustration among all my neurodivergent traits is social interactions. So one of the things that still bugs me, that I still cannot get, is the fact that people actually enjoy social interactions. People actually enjoy going to people's houses. People actually enjoy going to stay with their family members, extended family members who they don't live with normally. People actually enjoy going to visit them and stay in their houses. One of the things I still cannot get is people actually enjoy seeing people they know on the street, and their first instinct isn't to turn around and try to find another path and hope that that person did not see them. People actually enjoy going to parties that are noisy. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. When I was still like heavily masking, I used to go to parties like that, but then oh my god. Right now it sounds like a nightmare. Like, it sounds like a real nightmare. And I remember I went to one particularly noisy part. Like, I cannot even imagine what I was thinking of. I think I can think. I think part of what I was thinking of is that A, I was masking, so I just took my cues from other people, and B, I wanted to experience it. I like experiencing things. Sometimes I know something, like I know theoretically what that thing's about, but I need to experience it for myself. I'm just curious like that. I've just always been curious like that. Sometimes I even know something is bad for me, but I will still do it and experience. And I cannot even begin to. Let's not even go there. I cannot begin to talk about some of the stupid things I've done that I knew was stupid before I did it, and I still went ahead to do it because I wanted to experience it for myself. I went to this party. It was so noisy. I had to dance, and where I was dancing was right near the where the DJ stays, so it was really loud, and I danced for a long time, and there were all these people around me with the heat and crowding me, and right now I'm just, as I'm thinking about it, I feel like it's traumatizing me all over again. I went home after the party and I slept for like probably 12 hours straight. I think the major thing about social interactions that causes me trouble is that I don't know what people expect. I don't know what people expect. Kind of person I am, I don't like to know or to think that I'm causing people discomfort or distress. I don't like to know or think that I'm behaving in a way that people find offensive or disrespectful, especially because of my upbringing in this part of the world where respect is a big thing. And coupled with the fact that the kind of person I am, I like to treat people with courtesy because I like being treated with courtesy. And for a long time when I was growing up, because I did not have the software, I got into learning about etiquette. So I tried to just learn as much as I could learn about etiquette and the way we're expected to behave in polite company, in formal gatherings, in non-formal gatherings, the way we're supposed to speak. And most of what I know about etiquette is just dining etiquette, because dining etiquette was part of the curriculum. Other than that, the rest of the stuff that I know about etiquette is just snippets here and there, and they're not nearly enough. So whenever I come across any content on etiquette. I try to soak it up as much as I can. And regardless of what I've learned from whatever sources about etiquette, I still somehow end up falling short in the eyes of people because it's not universal. That's the thing. So what people expect differs depending on the people, depending on the family, depending on where they're from, depending on where they stay, who they interact with, depending on their social standing in life, how educated they are, how uneducated they are, depending on their culture, their background, depending on a lot of things. So you might think I would have memorized certain things about how I'm supposed to behave with people, and then I go and I behave that way with people, and they find it offensive, and they let me know it's offensive. And then they tell me, oh, this is the way you're supposed to behave. But then I go to another set of people and I behave the way those people told me to behave. But then those people find it offensive and they find that it's inadequate. And I'm not supposed to do things that way because it's not enough. I'm supposed to do things this other way. So now I have to memorize that also. And now in trying to categorize it, there's no logic to it. So there's no way I can actually categorize it because there's no pattern there. You see the problem. So people, human interaction, human behavior is just so complex that there's no pattern per se. So if you're, to what they expect. So if you're trying to be mathematical about behaving, dealing with people, which I admit I can get. If you're trying to be that way, then it's going to be very difficult for you, and especially when you're in this kind of environment. I feel like part of the things that make social interaction so difficult for us as autistic people is the fact that we're in this environment on this awesome continent called Africa, where social interaction is a huge thing, socializing is a huge thing, etiquette is a huge thing, and still nobody agrees on the right kind of etiquette. I think it's a huge thing, but I think it's also a double-edged sword because I've learned, because I got into etiquette at a particular point in time, something that I look out for automatically. So when people behave towards me in a way that is unethical or that is non-courteous, my brain flags it immediately. Especially when I'm dealing with maybe men or men who might have expressed an interest in me. Not that I might be interested too, but when they behave in a way that is non-courteous or uncouth, in my head I'll go, right, so even if I was interested in him, with that behavior, there's no way I will ever be interested in him. Full stop. Right. So it always flags it, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but I know that, I mean, obviously I wouldn't verbalize it in that way. If I wanted to, if like somebody did something to me that really bothered me, then I would speak up and I would try to be gentle about it. But I feel like getting put off, because it's not just that I'm saying, oh, even if I was interested in him, that behavior would put me off, would be a huge turn off. It's almost like it's actually a huge turn off. It's actually a turn off. Okay, even though I'm not interested in that person. So maybe in the future, if I end up being interested in somebody and they behave in a way that is uncourteous because they do not know, does not mean I'm going to become turned off by them. And should I let them know? And then if I let them know and they adjust that behavior, would I still remain turned off by them? I don't know. So, I don't know. If you've clicked on this video trying to get answers about social interactions as an autistic person, I'm sorry. I cannot help you. I cannot help you. We're all screwed all together. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. But anyway, those are just some thoughts on social interactions. I don't know how long this video has gone for, but I think I've spoken long enough. Those are just some of my thoughts on social interactions and some of the reasons it's so difficult for me to be comfortable in social settings. And at this point, I've already accepted that software is never going to be downloaded in me. It's never going to be programmed quite right. I'm always going to have to perform the function manually. I've accepted that, and I've accepted that not that there are other people who actually enjoy social interactions. People who actually look forward to going to people's houses and having people come to their houses and staying with people and all that stuff that people do. And I remember this one time I was walking and then I saw somebody that I knew, but I was not really in the right space of mind, in the right frame of mind to talk to that person. I did not know they had seen me. So I quickly turned around and I should not have done that. I quickly turned around and I went to hide somewhere. And then that person called my name. And when they called my name in my head, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Which means they knew. They called my name and then I came out back and I kind of went to meet them and they met me halfway and they were like, and props to some people who speak straightforward because straightforward speech is good, but sometimes can be very annoying. Sometimes you just have to learn how to be circumspect, okay? Especially when you know somebody has made a boo boo. And this person was like, are you trying to avoid me? And I felt I felt attacked. So I was like, what why would I be avoiding you? Please. Please, why would I be avoiding you? It was a bit embarrassing. It was a bit embarrassing. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and please subscribe if you've not subscribed.